Good morning, children. Today we are going to watch Lesson 16, Session 3 towards Gender Equality. This is one of the main subtopic of this lesson, right to property. In India, most resources like land and factories are in the name of men. Even though the law provides that property of parents should be divided equally between all the children, that is both sons and daughter, in actual practice, very few girls get a share in their parents' property, which is usually passed on only to sons. As a result, women have little or no control over any productive resources like land, shop, or factory of the parents. They therefore have to be economically dependent upon their fathers, husbands, or sons or brothers. But in the situation in Telangana in recent times is relatively better. This is due to the laws made in the state in 1980s, which made it mandatory that the ancestral property of parents should be equally divided between sons and daughters. In fact, our state was the first state in the country to make such property laws to reduce discrimination. It's one of the best slogans for the helping girl child against discrimination. Let every girl child educate to kill the demon of gender discrimination in the society. And you, as a homework, you have to write 3 to 5 slogans to stop the girl child discrimination. Employment. Women going out of the house and taking up jobs are able to become self-independent. Most women workers in Telangana are employed in agriculture, doing casual jobs, and a small section of them run a small business, shops, farms, and other enterprises. Thus, women, when take up employment, they need not depend on others. We have also seen that girls in some families are brought up in such a way that they are undernourished and less educated. Therefore, they have less opportunity to gain proper employment and get good salaries. Even women who are well educated are not allowed by their families to take up professional jobs that require them to be away from their homes for a long time. They are allowed only to take part-time jobs or less demanding jobs. Most of the women who are without proper educational qualifications are forced to do physical labor in the fields or mines or as domestic servants in houses of rich people. These jobs are backbreaking and exhausting. Moreover, the women doing them are often looked down upon and they lose respect and security. They have to face insults and abuses all the time because they don't have good education. In the last few decades, the employment scene for women has been changing gradually. Many women acquired degrees and entering into jobs which were earlier considered as male professions. The reservation policies pursued from 1980s in Telangana for admission to women in all colleges and in government jobs have led to more and more girls joining colleges and taking up salaried jobs. Some leading scientists, mathematicians, diplomats, engineers, etc. are women. In this slide, you can see the group of women in the self-help groups where they have maintained a cordial relation and they have come up with a good business and earning good profits. The second picture shows the first woman loco driver in India, Surekha Yadav. And the famous personality down there is our uh, Kiran Bedi, who was ACP of Delhi. And you have Kannam Maheshwari, who is the heavyweight champion. And there's one driver of a fire brigade. And then you have a first BHEL metro train driver who is also women. You can see this women who have taken their own stand. Women are now also recruited into the police, army, navy and air force. And there are many women pilots today. In fact, we have women who are trained engine drivers also, as you have seen Surekha Yadav in the picture. This has been possible because women have fought to get higher education and have broken gender biases in many professions. Unrecognized work of women. If we look at the daily routine of any woman, we will realize that they are working all the time. The work they do is not recognized and not paid for. Even though everyone can see them working hard, their work remains invisible. In fact, nearly 8 of every 10 Indian working women work in the fields. They till the land, they do the seeding, weeding, transplanting, harvesting, threshing, and countless jobs on the fields. Of course, it is also true that many farm jobs are reserved for women, like transplanting rice, weeding, or plucking groundnut pods, etc. A large number of farms are fully managed by women farmers alone, as the men go out in search of work in factories and towns. You can see this lady driving the tractor. Many women are working on their family farms, yet their work is not recognized. Women who work on other people's farms get wages which are lower than what men get. If you study the work done by women within our own house, you will realize the hard work that goes into running the house. For example, your mother. Just imagine if women were to charge for the work they do at home, that is cleaning, cooking, teaching children, nursing the sick, stitching clothes, fetching water, purchasing provisions, etc. How much could they get paid every month? The reality is that they do not get paid for any of this work, and instead they are constantly abused for not doing this work on time or not to the taste of the others, not cooking to the taste of others. On the other hand, men are paid for the work they do, control the money, and spend it as they wish. This is totally gender discrimination. Many of the villages have self-help groups among women. The self-help groups also provide space for discussing important issues and problems associated with the community or village and help women to participate in political bodies. Even though they face much resistance, women have been taking these new roles successfully. Till here we have completed the lesson. Now I am going to give you multiple choice question. Please go through it. The work done by the women in the dash is not at all recognized. The answer is household. Right to property is dash right. It is legal right. Dash provided equal opportunities for all men and women. That is C. Constitution of India. Self-help groups are meant for dash to help women to gain independence and dignity. Who was the first woman Prime Minister of India? Yes, it was Indira Gandhi. The first woman President of India is Srimati Pratibha Singh Devi Patil. The first woman loco driver in India means the train engine driver is Surekha Yadav. The reason for low proportion of girls is dash fear of dowry. They have to pay the dowry at the time of marriage. So the girls are being avoided. Thank you. Have a nice day.